This trip was extra special for so many reasons. It was the twins' very first flight in their own seats, a milestone on its own. But what made it unforgettable was experiencing one of the most unique adventures you can have in Canada as a family. A sneak peek of the kind of adventures you'll find in our new must-do adventure scratch-off cards for Ontario. Cruising along the historic Rideau Canal, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and North America's best preserved slackwater canal. We floated through 19th century locks that still operate exactly as they did back then, following the original route with most of its structures perfectly preserved. It felt like traveling through history, but doing it together made it even more magical. Well, we just got to Smiths Falls, where we're going to be going on our own Boat, a yacht down the historic Rideau Canal. We've been looking forward to this trip for a long time because not only have we never really been on a yacht, but I've definitely never driven one myself. We flew into Ottawa. That's the closest major city to here. It's only about an hour away, and if you don't have your own car, they can organize a shuttle to come pick you up, even if you're 7 people like us and have a lot of bags. And once we got here, you can actually go pretty much wherever you want and organize your own trip. But we got them to give us a little itinerary so we know where we're going each night, just so we can make sure we get there on time. We were genuinely impressed by how helpful the staff was. They provided us with all the information we needed, gave us a full walkthrough on how to operate the boat, and even let us practice before heading out. For first-timers on a boat this big, that was a lifesaver. Once we were all set up and confident, we made a quick run to the store to grab groceries for the week. It's quite the haul we picked up here.
Well, we're gonna be there for 7 nights, so just with breakfast and dinner, and we're like 7 people, including the babies. So I think we didn't do that bad. And I guess change of plans. We were actually supposed to depart today. But we decided just to stay overnight here at the dock because the locks close at 4, so we wouldn't make it.
No, and sometimes it could be nice actually to plan your first day to stay here so you get all sorted and start fresh in the morning.
Plus, Smith Falls is quite a lovely town, so I'm glad that we're gonna go and check out the downtown. We are not gonna officially give you a tour of the boat. We took all the shots yesterday, but since we already had one night on the boat, I can say that it was quite comfortable, pretty dark. It's actually pretty spacious. We have 4 rooms.
Yeah, so we have one of the biggest boats, but not the biggest. It's 4 and 4, so 4 rooms and 4 bathrooms. She told us the biggest one's actually 5 rooms and 5 bathrooms, and the smallest one's 2 bedrooms and only 1 bathroom.
Yeah, and all the bathrooms have a shower, a toilet, and a sink, and they're very, very good size. However, it's not. Doesn't have a lot of storage, so make sure to pack light, or what we did, use packing cubes to just like take them out of the suitcases and leave the big suitcases back in the office. Then like the main area is pretty big, and then we have a full kitchen which has a stove, an oven, a microwave. It has all the utensils and the dishes, as well as cooking pans and pots that you might need for your meals.
Something to keep in mind too is there's no toaster, and there's no kettle. Well, there's a kettle that you use on the stove, but for coffee they provide a French press. So that's what we've been using, and we bought some instant coffee as well.
Yeah, so they don't provide so many of like the, how would you say, like the basics, essentials, like soap or scrubbers, as well as salt and pepper and cooking oil. So something to also keep in mind. The fridge is actually pretty big.
I think it's actually bigger than our fridge at our home.
Yes.
So it's like a full-size fridge. It fits a lot.
Which is excellent for the 7 nights we're gonna be here. But there's not too much storage for the groceries either.
This video is brought to you by BOGS Footwear. When it comes to outdoor adventures, comfort and performance matter most, and BOGS delivers both. On our last trip to Manitoba, we tried our very first BOGS boots. Even our moms joined in, and we were all impressed with the fit, quality, and style.
Good proof that these boots are well made for this. ¿Tus pies están secos, mamá?
Her friend on the other side,
¿Sí? Are they still comfortable after all that walk?
Yeah, getting heavy though.
How are you liking your boots?
I like them. They're working well right now, keeping my feet warm. The only downfall is like they're so nice. I hate to get them dirty right away.
After such a great first experience, we couldn't resist picking up more styles. I got myself the Holly Lace leather in black and the Juniper Hiker in toffee, both made with 100% waterproof, gold certified leather. Plus the same other fighting and sweat wicking technology I love in all BOGS footwear. The twins also got their very first rain boots. We went with the Skipper 2 Cloud Geo, which are 100% waterproof, flexible, lightweight for healthy foot development, and designed with other fighting sweat wicking features. The twins absolutely love them, and we love how great they look. As a second pair, we pick up the Baby Kicker Mitts, a total pairing win. They're machine washable, flexible, easy for little ones to slip on and off, and they come in bold, vibrant colors. So if you're looking for a one-stop shop for the whole family, BOGS Footwear has you covered.
So we couldn't do the inside tour because there's so many people and there's so much stuff around. But over here is where you pretty much maybe get into the boat. Here is called the swimming area. So the ladder is just right here. But there's also some seating area. So let's go upstairs because that's where probably we're gonna spend most of our time. Here's where you can have a very nice tan if the sun was out. And here's where Matthew's gonna spend most of the time.
Yeah, so there's basically a wheel inside downstairs as well as one up here on the roof, but he said that's most people sit outside because it's easier to see where you're going. Downstairs it's a little bit hard because the boat's a little higher, so it's hard to see. Probably maybe when you're more comfortable with it, it's fine, but I think I'm more comfortable being able to see everything around me. So I think all my steering is going to be up here, even today when it's raining.
So here there's other like seating area. You have here like the canopy, which doesn't cover Matthew, so if it's raining he's gonna get soaked. You have an outdoor barbecue. And over here we have...
Here's a sink.
Oh yeah, a sink, sorry. Yeah. And over here you also have a very big sitting area. I love that they have these holders for your cups so they don't fall. And here we need to be super careful with the babies because they're jumping around all over.
Pretty much they said with the babies, once they're outside of the cabin, we should always have the life jackets on them, just in case something happens, even though we're gonna be watching them. You never know.
To fall from this And here is the front of the boat, so pretty much you can see the size of the rooms from here. Pretty much if you just cut this in half, that's the size of the rooms.
Right here on the roof are all the little roof panels in each bedroom. So you can open those up, allow some air to get in. It's kind of cool because they have, if you slide it one way, it blocks out just the bugs. Another way blocks out the light. And of course you want to have them closed when it's raining. And also the front of the boat, more seats.
Oh yeah, I didn't see this one. Yeah, that would be cool as well.
After 24 hours in Smiths Falls, it feels so nice to finally hold this key. There we go.
Okay.
Oh. One more time.
Oh, there you go. Took 3 times.
Oh, we were going to be stuck here another night. And of course, just as we're starting, it's raining again. Better put this up. It's supposed to be the only rainy day of the trip, so that's okay.
Now let's just hope that you remember all the instructions.
Where are we going?
There we go, bye-bye.
Very different from driving a car.
From the short experience we've got by like practicing yesterday, it just takes like a little bit longer to like, you know, to turn. So you gotta wait and you don't want to turn too much because then you gotta go all the way back. So that's the tricky part, I think. So we're about to cross our first logs and we don't know what's happening. I don't know if someone will come out or what's the deal.
So I actually got on the phone. I found their phone number, phoned in, let them know we're coming. So I can see that he's opening the gate right now, but he's also got to open this bridge. So just something to keep in mind. If I were to do it again, I would probably call like right from the dock so that maybe they're more ready when we get here.
There's supposed to be one person at the front and one person at the back, as well as the captain, of course, controlling the boat. But the people that are here, like me, what you do is just to get a rope around these other ropes, just to keep the boat secure against the wall, and wait until this part gets filled with water and the doors open. So this is so incredible. I thought that the doors were automated already.
Now, there's 3 locks that are hydraulic. One is down there at the vine. There's one in the north. They're all hydraulic. The rest are all like this.
Oh wow.
So you just have to push a button at the other station.
Not bad, Matthew,
No,
for your
eh?
first lock. Not
I
bad.
guess we should buy one.
I see. Bye, thank you. Even my mom from Mexico that never imagined to be operating a boat to pass through the locks did it so well. ¿Qué tal, mami? An experience. What an experience.
Sorry to interrupt your video, but I'd like to introduce our sponsor, Must Do Canada. That's right, this year we launched our very first product, and it's called Must Do Adventure Scratch-Off Cards. Each box contains 50 unique scratch-off cards ranging from hidden gems to iconic attractions all across the province. The fun part is you don't know what you're doing until you scratch off the card. At the top of the card is the location, followed by helpful icons that help you in choosing the adventure, and then you scratch it off and you go on that adventure. Right now we're actually on one of those adventures in Ontario, cruising down the Rideau Canal National Historic Site, which is not only one of the coolest things to do in Ontario, one of the coolest things to do in all of Canada. So of course our plan is to launch these for every province, maybe every city in Canada, but right now we have Ontario, British Columbia, and Alberta available at our website, shop.mustdocanada.com. So if you're looking for a really fun way to get out and explore your own province, or maybe a neighboring province, or maybe looking for a gift for that special someone, make sure you check out the website and pick one up now. So you're probably noticing these red and green buoys. They're all over the canal, and basically you're told to go in between them because on the opposite sides of them, of course, it's too shallow.
So we've been sailing for about 25 minutes, and now we're entering to the second lock of the trip.
Excited to drive now?
Yes, it's fun! And even though it's a cloudy day, it's still so beautiful.
So now that we're approaching the turnoff for where I think you go to Beverage Lock, they actually gave us some binoculars, not just for wildlife, but for also seeing the buoys, because they have numbers on them, and it helps you to know when you need to turn based on the map. So according to this one, we turn at N598 to go to Beverage Locks, and that's where we're going to be spending the night. Excited to do your first dock?
Partially nervous.
I haven't even docked yet. You're breaking the ice.
I didn't do that for my first parallel parking.
Well, we made it to Beverage's Lock. Unfortunately, there's no power on the side that we're on, so we're just going to be working off the battery for tonight. And I don't think there's any restaurants nearby either, so today we're going to be having
chilaquiles. Not bad. It's a quick meal and it's very good.
And you like it?
Mm-hmm. Really good.
You, Emma? Well, I don't think there's a heck of a lot to do here, but there's some locks up ahead that enter the Tay Canal, which we won't be going into because our boat is too big. But either way, we thought it's always a good idea to get off the boat and have a little stretch.
This cannot get more Canadian. You're here in the famous locks of the Rideau Canal, which is a very important historic site in Canada. And then you are here underneath a maple tree where the leaves are turning red, like in our flag.
Well, it's time to leave. Today we have our biggest journey of the trip, heading to Westport, about 3.5 hours of cruising time. And this is when you really get to experience the magic of the thrusters, because we actually have to back this boat out of this little canal that we're in right now. So we're now cruising at max speed. As you can see, the wind flying through my hair. No, they're pretty slow, 10 kilometers an hour, but I think that's what makes it easier to manage and probably what allows them to rent these big boats to people with no experience. Speaking of that, if you're wondering about renting a boat yourself, you don't need a license. You just rent one, and of course you have to go through a little, not a course, but watch some videos, safety videos, and they explain a lot when you get here, but that's about it.
And then at the end of the brief, they make you to sign a document that you went through all the explanation, and that becomes your boat license. So they send it to your email, and that's what you can show in case you're required to. Now it's my turn to drive because Matthew was freezing, and that's the thing, coming now in September, maybe it's not as busy. We're starting to see the fall colors, which are like so beautiful. But yes, the weather can be hit or miss. It hasn't been super cold, but yeah, yesterday was raining, today is a little bit nippy. But tomorrow and later in the evening, the sun is supposed to come out. Besides the buoys, you're also gonna see a bunch of triangles here, like kind of like on the side of the rocks, and that's what you're supposed to follow as well. So I'm glad that this is very well marked, so it's very hard to get lost.
Well, we're about to enter our only lock for today. Carla's up front getting ready for the ropes. The operation of the locks on the Rideau Canal is still done manually, much as it was when the canal opened in 1832. The process uses water, gravity, and hand-cranked winches known as crabs to move boats between different water levels. All right, well, we just checked in to Westport. The sun's out, so that's nice. The boat actually phoned ahead and had us booked in. Otherwise, you would just pay for it when you get here. But we're all moored up. We have power. We even have water if we want to get a refill. And they gave us this nice little map of the town that explains where everything is. She was just telling us that there's like some playgrounds for the kids, and of course some restaurants. I think there's a winery, a brewery, ice cream, and all kinds of stuff to go check out.
Westport is a small and picturesque village known as the heart of Rideau Lakes for its location on Upper Rideau Lake. Historically a commercial and transport hub, it's now a popular destination for tourists, boaters, and outdoor enthusiasts. We love walking around the historic buildings and watching the twins have fun with some falling leaves before making our way to the Cove Inn for dinner, a historic inn and restaurant with beautiful views and good food that hosts regular live blues and folk music.
I haven't checked the whole damage, but so far the bench is wet because we left the windows open thinking that it wasn't supposed to rain anymore, and it was such a storm that we actually ran to the inside of the restaurant to finish our dessert.
All of the floor is wet, but we can manage because it's just here. We can put a towel. You got extra towels?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So luckily we didn't leave it all the way open, so only this part got wet. The whole way is wet because we left it open, and I thought I left our bedroom window open, but no, I closed it thanks to the baby's nap. Didn't get to go for a nap because I closed the windows. This was actually my second shower. And the babies also had a shower. What did you think? Nice and hot? So you either need to have a shower right after you turn off the engine, or in this case, we let it run for 20 minutes because the engine was off all throughout the night. Or another way is to turn on the electricity, well, to heat up the water by electricity, but that will take 1 hour. So the more efficient way is by having the engine running for at least 20 minutes. And yeah, it was wonderful. The water pressure is excellent, because you have limited amount of water, water tank, like with the gray water and the black water. You just need to be mindful to turn it off when you're like soaping all over. But yeah, it was excellent.
So depending on where you moor up or dock, there will either be power, water, or a place to actually dump the sewage from the boat. In this case, we only have power and water at this dooring, so it's pretty easy. You just plug it in by, it's literally like a normal plug-in. Plug it in and kind of do a little twist. And then we have water, so he recommended to kind of like fill up our water tank. We don't really want to fill it up full because there's nowhere to empty the water that we have right now, so we're just going to give ourselves a quarter tank. Tomorrow night we'll be back in Smiths Falls anyway, so then we can dump out and start fresh. So if you're looking for where to put the water, there's one that actually says water and it has like a blue color on it. The key opens up the water as well as the sewage as well as the diesel. You're probably not going to be filling up diesel, but there's sewage on both sides. Water is only on one side. Just turn it like that. It opens up. It's basically just a hole. Stick that in and let's go turn on the water.
So just for your reference, for the 3 nights that we've been sleeping on the boat, we've only used half a tank, and it's been pretty good because we've been doing dishes mostly like all mornings and almost all evenings, as well as lunch, and everyone had a shower already at least once. I had 2 as well as the babies, so that's been pretty good.
You know it's time to leave when this bad boy goes back on.
If you're wondering about the operation of the locks, here are the steps for traveling downstream. Just like traveling upstream, boats enter the lock, which is already full of water. Once inside, crew members use ropes to loop around the drop cables that hang along the lock walls. The lock staff closes the upper gates and ensures the sluice valves are shut. Lock staff then move to the lower end and slowly open the valves built into the lower gates. The water drains out by gravity, lowering the boat. When the water level inside the lock matches the lower water level, the pressure on the lower gates is balanced and they are cranked open. After getting the signal from the staff, the captain starts the boat engine and proceeds slowly out of the lock. Pretty cool, eh?
Well, the babies just woke up, but before we get going to Colonel By Island, even though it's supposed to be a good place to swim, I really want to jump in this water because it looks just so calm and the weather is the nicest it's been since we started the trip, so it's a good chance to jump in.
Daddy's in the water.
Oh!
Want to see Daddy?
Warmer than Alberta, for sure,
Daddy in the water.
but still cold. Whew. It's actually not too bad. Well, we made it to Colonel By Island.
Which is owned by Parks Canada, and this is where we're gonna spend the night.
Yeah, so at this site it seems like it's more, well, it's an island, so there's no power, no sewage, and no water hookups, so it's a little more rustic.
Yeah, so they said that we can just go and explore, and if the weather was better, we could just jump in.
Yeah, they said, so some of the things to do here, there's a 3.3 kilometer hike. Hard for us with the babies, but we'll see. Swimming, stargazing, and supposedly there's some fire pits as well that you can enjoy.
So we'll see if we can find them and if we can do it because of the babies. Those babies, eh? They always need to go to bed so early. Well, that's better for us too. And anyway, something new that we learned docking is that the wind is pushing the boat that way. So usually you put the ropes in an A shape But it was kind of like going like far away, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we did it right or not, but it worked.
Yeah, I saw it in the other dock with the experts and stuff. You can always use, like show it, you can always use the other ropes if they reach, and that way it kept the boat close to us, and we use the other one for this.
So we have 3 ropes right now, so it's super secure.
Oh, wow.
¿Qué encontraste? Wow!
Wow.
She found a tennis ball because there's an old tennis court.
Wow. You should keep it.
While we're just out exploring the island, we found the welcome sign, which explains why it's called Colonel By Island, and that's because it's named after Colonel John By, the military engineer or visionary military engineer who basically carved the Rideau Canal out of the wilderness in the early 19th century. So that's where the island gets its name. And of course, there's not much here today, unfortunately. There's a historic cottage that has been here since 1890 and was once a hotel serving some high-profile guests. For example, Paul Anka used to be here in the 1950s, and I'm sure in those days it was a pretty swanky place. There's an old tennis court here and little games and stuff, obviously gorgeous view, and I'm sure the cottage was a pretty cool place back in those days, but now you can't even go inside. It must be in pretty bad shape because there's even danger signs nearby telling you not to go in. Well, all of a sudden it's a little too windy to go for a swim, so we're going to do the main activity on the island, which is a 2-mile or 3-kilometer looping trail around the island. And since the moms are busy preparing supper, me and Carla get to have a little escape.
Also, we were not sure about the babies on the trail, not only because maybe it's a little bit too long for them, but there's poison ivy on the trail. And you know that you cannot trust babies. Poison ivy. So what happens if you touch it? Probably it's not that bad, no? Maybe you just get itch.
Yeah. Poison ivy produces an oil called urushiol that causes an allergic reaction leading to an intensely itchy red and sometimes blistered rash on the skin after contact.
Oy, painful. I don't know if it was the smartest of the decisions for Matthew to have open shoes, but we'll see at the end of the trail.
I think as long as we stay on the trail, should be fine.
Yeah, but they say that the trails are not maintained, and I can see some loose leaves. So in case you're wondering how they look like, maybe it's this one. In the pictures looks that it has like a wider leaf, but something like this. According to Google Images, I think this is the poison ivy.
Just changing colors for the fall.
So I think that's the most harmful thing that can happen to you in this island, because there's no bears or any big predators. I was asking Matthew, and I think there's only deer and raccoons. Since we're always comparing everywhere where we live, Alberta, I really love the red colors of the maple leaves here. I really like it. We don't get that. We only get the yellows from the larches, and a lot of our trees, which are pines or spruce, don't change color. Watch, Matthew, we're in Ivyland. Look at all of them.
Eh? My worst nightmare here. It's like walking through a minefield.
Watch this one. This one, watch for those. This is what I said when it's time to go, it's time to go. What are the chances that a tornado hits an island that is not that big and takes you? Here is like a chair in loving memory of Diane Kelly, who died on September 7th of 1985, probably taken by the tornado.
Yes.
So we're back to point A, or almost. Pretty easy walking, only took us 30 minutes, and we were like chilling. I mean, you really don't need like hardcore shoes. I just brought white sneakers and it was fine. But please just don't bring shorts or sandals like Matthew did, just in case.
Or you can just live life on the edge like me.
Oh.
All right, well, I finally found the smoothest spot I could find where the island seems to be blocking some of the wind, so I could finally talk Carla into getting in the water.
I love you.
Pinche Mateo, sí está bien fría, güey. Ay, oh my God, it's cold, man. What do you mean you can adjust it? Mommy, it's cold. Refreshing, but it is cold. I cannot stay in like Matthew said. Oh, you get adjusted. No. Go. Ready, set, go. Ah, ¿verdad? I told you it's cold. I said it was cold.
Sophia, your turn.
She's better with the water. Good, Sophie?
Cold?
Ay, tiene que ser agua, ¿verdad, Sophie? Oh my God, with that boat, that's why it's so important to follow the buoys, because there's places where the water is so low.
I mean, I feel like that's not what happened, but
No?
I don't know.
I think so.
That's like a guy who owns a boat here, so, but anyways, who knows? It sank for some reason. Kind of wish I knew about this luxury before. I would have let Carla drive the whole time.
It always feels good to touch land and give a few steps. I think the babies were also pretty desperate to also like walk around and run. So we're back in Smith Falls and we just found out that there's like a small playground, so we're gonna head that way.
This one's for the girls.
Fun?
Yeah. Oh, now that we finally have a nice evening, we get to use the barbecue that's on the top deck and make some burgers. We finally get to eat outside.
I know! We finally got a sunny day.
Well, after getting our sewage pumped out, we're ready to head the opposite direction from Smiths Falls on our way to Merrickville.
And just like that, we're approaching another lock.
I think those are the two closest that we've
Yes,
experienced.
super close. This is our first two-part lock. So of course it takes longer.
The operating season for the locks runs from mid-May to mid-October, with specific hours that vary by month and the day of week. When planning your route and final destination for docking overnight, you'll want to make sure you have enough time to reach the last lock before it closes. On day 6, we had 3 locks to go through, and since they close at 4 p.m. during this time of year, we had to plan all of that into the schedule.
We're approaching a very narrow channel. So this is gonna put to the test my boat driving skills.
As you can see, a trip like this is very relaxed with such beautiful scenery, but the locks definitely add some excitement and are a big part of this unique adventure.
Okay, Captain, lunch is ready for you.
What service?
Yeah, quesadillas with salsa.
I should probably, just for safety, let you drive while I eat.
Okay.
We're just passing the Rideau Migratory Bird Sanctuary, so trying to see if we can find any birds.
Any luck?
Not yet. Maybe they already migrated away.
I don't blame them because when the sun is not out, it's getting quite chilly.
Just a warning, if you come in the fall, there seems to be a lot of female wasps. So if you're as sweet as me, they're going to be all over you.
Our last town to explore during this trip was Merrickville, a historic small village named Canada's Most Beautiful Village in 1998 that features high number of heritage buildings and well-preserved Victorian-era streets.
Oh, what a lovely town to walk around. I love all the historic buildings.
Yeah, it's really nice in the fall as well, and I can see why they call it the Jewel of the Rideau. It's just such a beautiful town, as Carla mentioned, and it was started back in the 1700s, so probably one of the oldest ones here. I wish we had more time to explore, but right now we're actually getting hungry, so we're gonna go to Iron Forge Pizza.
Too bad to have this for an appetizer because they're very good and we're gonna get so full. And also the Greek salad, oh my god, it's so good. This is my second plate now. We have a lot of good pizzas to try, and I just have my first few bites of the Iron Forge Special, which comes with pepperoni, bacon, mushroom, peppers, tomato, a lot of good stuff, and it's so good. It's like crunchy. The bacon is crunchy and it's excellent. Also, the babies got some cheese pizza, which they're really enjoying, along with their show.
And I'm gonna try the shawarma pizza, which I always assumed was donair, but it's definitely not here. It has a garlic aioli base, brine chicken, red onion, zucchini, authentic spices, tomato, and green onion. Very different than what I'm used to. It's good, yeah. We definitely make great pizza here. You can always tell because also the crust is delicious. Well, that's it for our time here in Merrickville. As always, it was short but sweet. It's a really
Lovely
nice
town. Yeah.
And today we actually got up and went for a little walk as well, because right across the street from us is the Merrickville ruins, which is basically the remains of a 19th century industrial building, as well as a turbine that kind of powered the city for almost the last 100 years. And then just in front of us as well is one of the 4 blockhouses that's on the Rideau Canal. Unfortunately, it's closed, so we can't go in, but pretty cool place to spend the night.
Yeah, it's very nice, and last night's pizza was also like pretty good, so we highly recommend to stop by for lunch or supper.
Yeah, it's always nice to eat off the boat every now and then.
Yeah, just stretch your legs. But overall, it was a lovely experience. We definitely want to come back. The fall, it can be a little bit chilly, like hit or miss. Some days were sunny, some other were a little bit cloudy and cold,
yeah,
but
the weather's
super
pretty unpredictable. But you get the fall color, so you just gotta choose what you want.
Yeah.
But either way, it's definitely a bucket list experience and one we would definitely do again. But yeah, that's it for this video. We hope you liked it. We hope we inspired you to take a cruise on the Rideau Canal.
Yes.
And as always, give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. We always love to hear from everyone. And of course, if you want to learn more about this trip or other things to do across Canada, check out our website at mustdocanada.com. Is this what you do first thing in the morning?
And those are big crabs.
¿A dónde vas, mi amor?
You have big feet.
Very.
I hope you grow a little more.